Hello, my name is Yale, and welcome to my fourth and final art fight attack. This attack is on Sophie, an artist who I've been following for about 7 years, with her OCs Kaitlyn and Nex. So, without further ado, let's get right into it now. Starting off with introductions, Kaitlyn and Nex are both gem bearers, a group of people who wield virtuous gems that grant them powers to defeat evil. Kaitlyn is the newest gem bearer and wields the control Gemma, giving her the ability to manipulate water, change her appearance, and appear more snake-like. She's usually unserious and is a massive teaser, making rage-baiting Nex her hobby ever since she joined the group. But, ironically, she herself has a really bad temper. Fun facts about her are that her scales glow neon blue when she experiences strong emotions, she can poison enemies with her fangs, and her snake sleeves can actually turn alive. Then, with Nex, he's the immortal leader of the Gem Bearers and wields the Love Gemma, which gives him abilities such as super strength, healing, and the will to transform into a dove. Unlike Kaitlyn, he's a rather serious individual and isn't afraid to put himself in danger to protect those he cares for, which leads me to talk about his immortality. Despite being immortal, he's not invulnerable, so his back and chest are covered by hundreds of scars from over 2,000 years of living. He does, however, protect his hands and face like his life depends on it, which, well, is reasonable since you'd want to avoid questions from mortal people. And additionally, he's always at war with his immortality, as some days it's a blessing to him, whilst on other days it's more of a curse. Since I've followed Sophie for a very long time, I've been able to see how much these characters have grown and changed alongside their stories. If I remember correctly, their previous story was about them and their friends getting trapped in a board game, something reminiscent of a Jumanji situation. And even older versions were set in a high fantasy setting, involving curses and gods, and also, Kaitlyn used to be white. The most original and the oldest version of these characters that I know of, though, is when they were Undertale-based characters. Nex used to be Nightmare Sans, whilst Kaitlyn was previously known as Kelly the Skeleton. Sophie herself has made jokes about this history if you need to know. Everything, always, leads back to Undertale. One thing that has always remained consistent throughout all these changes, though, is the fact that Kaitlyn and Nex were never meant to be. They're toxic lovers, and are very bad for each other. Which now leads me to my attack. Personally, and I mean personally, I've never seen fan art of these two fighting each other. And with the theme I was going for with my attacks this year, Kaitlyn and Nex fit the bill perfectly. So I decided to draw them both getting violent with each other. After a long, arduous battle with one another, the serpent finally had the upper hand and pinned the dove to the ground. She had a hand on his neck, choking him as hard as she could whilst the other was raised, ready to strike. The dove, though immortal, resisted and defended as anyone would in his shoes, but did not dare attack her in return, for he still cared about her. And instead of strategizing for his victory, he wondered what warranted the snake's betrayal to their friends and to him. I was so scared about not finishing this attack on time. At the time of working on it, there was only 3 to 4 days left of the event, and there were so many details on their character designs that I had to capture and continuously add. In fact, and originally, I did not think to give Nex the feathers sprouting from his face and hands until I colored Kaitlyn's scales. Because, you see, just like her, Nex also sprouts dove feathers when he feels strong emotions, so I thought that I'd include it since it's also an important detail about him. And that's the attack. A lot can certainly be improved on, but either way, Sophie loved it. And this concludes the end of my participation in Art Fight 2026. I certainly had fun and will definitely join again next year. Thank you to everyone who attacked me, and I hope to see you in my future content. Bye bye!